Hey there, Wired Wild HQ family. Welcome back to episode 3, where we're diving into the world of irrigation. Now, you might just be wondering, why the delay? Well, let's just say Mother Nature had other plans. Springtime in the Pacific Northwest is a season of surprises. One moment it's clear skies, the next you're caught in a downpour. This year we've experienced a series of storm systems rolling in from the Pacific, bringing with them persistent rain and cooler temperatures. This has led to a delay in our filming, and we apologize. However, we're back, and let's move on to this week's episode and dive into our Wired Wild Spaghetti Mess irrigation episode.
Every year, I find myself in this battle with my irrigation system. I often find myself coming to my garden, finding a weedy mess around my emitter heads or around wherever I have my 1/4-inch lines come to my garden beds. The reason why I have this issue is because if you see here, these spaghetti lines, they come up into my raised bed, and I don't have any sort of protection there against weed eater string or a mower blade or anything like that. It's oftentimes very difficult to locate where I have leaks, and it's usually a disaster, and it oftentimes ends like this. This mess you see here is the result of a very frustrated me trying to clean up my garden beds in the fall to get ready for next season.
Here we have a simple repair that seems to happen over time as parts get weak and break. So what we have here is a 1/2-inch line that has a simple crimp fitting on the end. What I'll do here is I'll cut this pipe and free this fitting off of there and then replace it. This is a very simple procedure. You just take your cutter tool here, open it up, clip the pipe end off, and then take the fitting off and recrimp it. Now there, that fitting that I just had there was broken. You see the new one, and you just simply crimp it over by crimping the line like you would kink a hose, and then run that through the fitting, and you're done.
Next, I'll show you a simple fix to a common problem that many people face doing irrigation. We're going to armor our spaghetti lines. While you can use many different types of materials to armor your spaghetti lines, I've chosen to use electrical conduit. In this case, because I'm using 1/4-inch spaghetti lines, I've chosen to use 1/2-inch electrical conduit. This is commonly found in many of your big box stores or your local hardware store, and it's fairly inexpensive for what you get. I've chosen to use electrical conduit simply because I want to do this once and not have to do this again. And I know that electrical conduit will withstand the elements and work very well for this purpose. You can use PVC or plastic electrical conduit if you decide that it's too expensive to purchase electrical conduit instead, the metal electrical conduit that is. But I've chosen to do it this way, and so far it's working very well. One thing you'll notice here is that I do not use any T-fittings on my EMT or electrical conduit, and the reason why is simply because the T-fitting 1/4-inch lines actually will not fit within one of those EMT T-fittings to where you can actually access it and actually put the 1/4-inch line together within that. And so I've just chosen to leave those off here, and then I do use a 90-degree elbow anywhere that I can. That just helps prevent any issue with trimming issues in the future, and it just makes it a lot easier that way. You will also notice in this clip that I do have a 90-degree elbow at the end of this EMT, and then a small section of EMT to protect one of the lines that's attached to one of the 2x4s. I did choose to do that on this end simply because I do have an EMT fitting available, and it does help provide protection against the weed eater string line when I'm weed eating within the bed, and anywhere I could put in EMT, I did put in EMT. I chose to use 5/8 inch electrical conduit staples or electrical staples in order to fix the EMT to my raised beds. In this case, my raised beds happen to be made out of wood, and it makes it really easy to fix that electrical conduit directly to my raised beds, and this system seems to work very, very well for me, and I'd highly recommend it to any of you that are interested in trying to eliminate any issues with weed eater string and or blades cutting your lines, as I've experienced at least. One thing I highly recommend you guys to do this year is to organize your spaghetti line fittings within a small tackle box like what's illustrated here. This has been super helpful, and it saved me a ton of time. There will be an affiliate link within the video description for any of today's items you see here. So I didn't go into much detail on how I attach my electrical conduit to the 1/2-inch irrigation pipe. I use a product called Maker pipe. It's commonly used for making hoop houses, and in this case it works very well for attaching the electrical conduit to my funny pipe or 1/2-inch irrigation line. It's very simple to use. It kind of has a puzzle piece style design. You just simply put it around the pipe and then put your bolt in and tighten the bolt up, and it will securely fasten your EMT to your funny pipe. This works pretty well in that it helps prevent say a piece of equipment from knocking against it and shearing off your 1/4-inch line or anything like that. They are a little bit expensive, but I found that they're well worth it. If you're looking for any of the items used today in today's episode, please check out the video description and you'll find affiliate links there. We appreciate any of your support. Thank you. Well, please like and subscribe to Wired Wild. Thanks, and I look forward to next episode. See you next time.